Yeah, first of all, thank you for having me here. I just want all the audience to know that this is a photo. This is not the background that I'm sitting in. And keeping social distance just like you are at your home, I'm also at my home. And this is a testing time for all of us in this country. So, as Paytm, we sort of are lucky to have access to large number of consumers. We created a total campaign with PM Care Fund, and we are at the verge of concluding 100 crore of contribution. So from Paytm family, basically employees and users, we would contribute 100 crore plus minimum now to the PM Care Fund. Obviously, we have set a huge bar that if we can take it to a 500 crore, I do believe that while we started to raise money, many other organizations came along and they started to expect us to also contribute towards them. For example, like we have also started doing daily wage earners food, like daily food that we provide them. So we are working with the K Ganesh's foundation, and their Paytm is contributing in terms of resources and money again. And we are right now distributing 25,000 food packets in Noida.
Right.
And we are expanding them to other cities. So overall, I would say that India has come forward in contribution, incredible contributions, while PM Care Fund will go and pick up 100 crores of contribution from Paytm family. Minimum 100 crore is what I'm saying now. And we have also started to extend contributions among multiple parts. So yes, I mean, very happy seeing everybody rallying towards it.
Absolutely. Okay. Since we're talking about efforts that you're going ahead with during COVID-19, you've also partnered with many hotels as well to offer accommodation to healthcare professionals as well. Talk to us about that, and how are these partnerships coming along, and will we see after COVID-19 some of these partnerships continuing as well?
Well, I think I would believe that every organization is coming forward, and we were able to work with a lot of hotels, which obviously do not have any traffic, but at the same point of time, they were operating it because few guests are there or something. So with Oyo, Tribo, and many other hotels that are massively distributed in the country, we were able to bring collaboration that we will take care and offer those hotel bookings and availability of those to the healthcare workers who sort of are not able to go back to the home. So it's an availability of the resting facility that they can go there. And we also work, by the way, with McDonald's also, so that we can, McDonald's is food there, and we are able to give it to the needies in the vicinity of McDonald's areas. We also participated with Unilever there, where us and Lifebuoy have brought hand sanitizers, literally millions of hand sanitizers to the frontline workers. So, and then we also worked with Hungerbox, one of the startup that we funded. They are preparing industrial grade cloud kitchens where they can produce FSSI approved food at like 1 million packets a day is what we have as a capacity now built in 16 cities. So we are leveraging that to bring at least a couple of 100,000 packets of food to be delivered to needy in different cities. I mean, I can only say one thing, that we at Paytm has figured out that it is a time to bring not just our resources and our consumers together, but is also our affiliates and partners, like everybody together to contribute as much we can in holding up to the economy and holding up to the people and our friends there.
It's a very interesting point, Vijay, that you've raised, that, these are unprecedented times, and unprecedented times call for unprecedented measures as well, unprecedented kind of collaboration. But when do you see things getting back to normal? Because these are times that have thrown different kind of challenges to businesses as well. How is Paytm looking to weather the current storm?
Yeah, Ruchi, I can say that we are totally seeing and keeping our pulse from Southeast Asian countries also. So I've had a call with our fellow entrepreneurs in those countries, and we were trying to learn how the let's say China and China and Hong Kong got a little bit open, and Korea also got a little bit open after we saw that they have contained the community spread to a completely no level. At the same point in time, what I learned is that normal life does not come back, or even 100% attendance won't come back in offices for a month, even when we open the lockdown. And I believe that at least Indians as entrepreneurs or people should expect a 3 months of economic productivity loss, because we have already seen March month completely wiped out. I mean, as a month-on-month basis, we started lockdown as Paytm from the first week of March. So we have already seen a month of lockdown in our office, where we have said that work from home has been going on. Obviously,
Right.
there's a productivity loss, no doubt about it. So speaking of productivity loss and coming back, I believe that India will be far more troublesome recovery than other fellow countries that I named. And I don't have to count the reasons. Most of us know the reasons. We would expect that at least a quarter of a year, of financial year, will become unproductive, more or less, for overall economy.
Oh, I mean, if one quarter in this year goes for a toss, this will have a massive economic impact. But do you think it's a new normal that businesses should brace for? And what kind of changes have you adopted in Paytm that you would see other businesses too taking forward going ahead?
So we've been contemplating, this is also the time, as you know, year-end time of appraisals. So in Paytm, we've been contemplating, should we delay the appraisals, should we do appraisals or whatnot, and so on. So one thing that we took a call was that at least on a team basis, the product technology that we build and the team that we have as a product technology business, we need them, and we need them for good. So this productivity from home may not be complete, but at the same point in time, because we are all together in this, so we decided that we will continue with our appraisals. And the appraisals will continue, where we will take a call on low-rated people who anyways are the people who are put on performance improvement plans, and some of them are asked to go because of the annual performance not being met. So we decided that we will give our appraisals in time. We will do that, and we will make sure that our morale of people is completely high, that we are keeping and clear about our expansion and commitment to our team. So one, we took like that kind of call. And secondly, we also took a call on controlling fixed expenses. For example, like office space, for example, like many other things like cloud rentals, etc. So cloud costs, the computer network costs. So we went to the vendors or the landlords to say, give us a moratorium period, give us the time that these days we are not using your facilities, because larger the company, the bigger the fixed cost that company goes through. So we are talking about literally a couple of 100 crores of cost every month that we pay, while the revenues definitely will decline, no doubt about it, because there is a lockdown in online, offline, both. So speaking of elements, we've been able to cut the fixed cost thanks to the, I would say, negotiation, bargain, or discussions we were able to do with those owners. And third thing that we took a call is that while we are expanding the number of teams and businesses, we started to internally move the people. So for example, like let's say one of the team which is not having any traction these days, let's say movie ticket or event ticketing business, that is very clearly not going to come back in next month also.
Right.
Started to ask those people to, could you work on other financial services where we are expanding, for example, like insurance brokerage. So the internal movement of team is also what we have started, so that people can become productive, useful for other verticals or businesses.
Right. It's interesting that you've raised that point. But 2 months ago, when we last spoke to you, Vijay, you did talk about how in the next 2 years, we will see Paytm move towards a road to profitability. We will see almost as much as 10,000 crore rupees being put in 3 different sectors as well. Have those plans taken a hit due to this lockdown?
I'd say that, look, a lot of cost saving measures that we had taken earlier, and a lot of attention to the revenue that we've taken. Revenue may delay because of the market condition, but cost measures have definitely helped. That plan remains on track. We totally believe, and we will be able to achieve, because of this is also a time that we can remove a lot of deadwood on our system. I mean, this is a time when we would be able to take such reflective calls much comfortably. When you are in a rush of the business and every day you are going towards growth versus cost, in these days we can spend few days completely on the cost item, completely on operational efficiency and so on. So I believe that the plan remains on track. We remain committed to invest, and as you can see, we are investing in the market 10,000 crores in next 3 years, and we do believe that in 2 years we would find a break even. So that remains on track.
Well, absolutely. About how these times are very unclear. Nobody would have ever thought that there will be a time that because of a virus there will be about 100 1.3 million people who will be impacted. The economies will have to shut businesses. Yours, and has a lot of intervention on a daily basis with a lot of small and medium businesses as well. They are the ones who are hit massively. What kind of support are you giving out to them at this point of time?
Yeah, I think daily wages is the biggest impact on the economy because people otherwise as a structure are able to weather the storm because of the reserves on the capital or otherwise. So, like I said, one thing that we've worked upon is immediate relief to them and their families by bringing in hundreds of thousands of food packets along with K. Ganesh's foundation and the investment that we've done in Hunger Box. So, industrial grade food available to the people, and we will start taking the contributions because we find out this lockdown will continue. So currently being done on self contributions of our company and their sources, we will open the contributions because we are seeking hundreds of thousands or maybe the millions of packets to be given, food packets to be given there. And I do believe that that is the minimum that we are going to do. Additionally, what we are going to do is that we will probably bring out a package, like a company will bring out a funding package or loan, lending, insurance and wealth financial package where the companies or small merchants who retain or give the jobs or retain the number of people who participate in these daily wages, we will give them support from our side also. So we will extend further support on supporting small businesses who will bring these daily wages workers back on the work.
Have you earmarked any funds for that as yet?
Minimum, I mean, that is the maths that we are going through right now. So again, this goes in tens of crores that we'll be seeing out there.
These times are also times that many say, once again, we will see the much talked about digital push from the likes of Amitabh Kant to the banking services department as well. They are telling people to go ahead and do digital payments as well. What kind of a surge have you seen with respect to the digital payments being done during these times, the times of lockdown?
Yeah, so there is a massive drop in offline payments. As you know, a lot of payments, shops got shut. And then there is a significant drop in online because the deliveries are not happening. But month on month, different kind of person-to-person money transfer or donations or the utility or the shops that are daily essential shops that are open. So we saw 4% month-on-month user growth. I'm not talking about dollar of transaction or rupee transaction value, but we look at number of users who used it.
Right.
From February, March, April, we see the growth being 4% month-on-month. So it's basically not just compensating for the drop of the services that have dropped, but it is also creating use case in other directions. So what we've seen is money transfer have increased and essential services have increased. Online recharges and bill payments have increased. We also change our Paytm homepage to showcase the services that people need. For example, like booking a gas cylinder that can be done on Paytm. People did not know, and we saw a huge surge on that. And similarly, we saw a huge surge on credit card payment, even though government gave RBI gave moratorium, but credit card have a high cost. So we just brought the credit card service in front. So, and insurance, surprisingly, I mean, a couple of 100% increase. A couple of 100%, I mean 350% increase in insurance transactions. So people have become fearful of what is happening out there, and there is a demand of financial products that give a future security, and those kind of services have grown huge amounts. So overall payment as a user growth happened, but I don't think that is something like a blockbuster growth, or it is just basically reminding people that there is an online payment out there. You should use it.
Oh, in fact, that's quite interesting to know. But, Vijay, a lot of people say that because these are tough times, a lot of venture capital funds are going to sit on massive cash reserves. They're going to protect their own cash that they have so far. What is going to be your advice to startups during these times?
I must say, not just venture capital fund or a private equity investor or an angel investor. Every kind of investor is going to preserve the money, and because there will be huge amount of casualties of small young companies who have not been able to manage their cash wisely. So there will be a huge amount of M&A companies being made available for merger acquisitions or acqui-hires and so on. So if you are a company which have, let's say, 3 months money you should make it a 6 months money. If you're a company with a 6 months money, you should try to make it reserved for 1 year money. Any fundraising plan that you have in the queue should be understood to be not necessarily happening, not necessarily being honored because there is an extraordinary time out there. I'm sure you know that SoftBank did not give commitment. SoftBank also took the money back, commitment back that they have given to some investment companies. So you can imagine that this is a very global phenomena, and this is purely because every company who can preserve the cash will preserve the cash. There is no high tide coming in soon, and it is worse than 2008 and 2001. In my life, I saw 2001, 2008, and I'm seeing 2020. So I can say that this is worse than any of the three that we can see there.
So your advice will be to preserve cash and perhaps
100% preserve the capital and not be adventurous at all, absolutely at all. No marketing spend, no customer acquisition spend, no growth spends versus build a product efficiency and build a product efficiently. That is what it is. If you become adventurous with your capital, I don't think the customers or the market will reward you well.
Don't become adventurous with your capital. That's the word coming in from Vijay Shekhar Sharma. But Vijay, during these times of uncertainty, what brings the optimism back? How are you coping up with it? What gets you all perked up?
Well, I think I've always lived in a world where whenever there is adversity, there is an opportunity alongside it. In other words, if we know there will be multiple less number of companies and much less amount of capital in the market to be deployed, which simply means the companies which are in sort of an advantage situation should take it as an advantage movement also. So we are very hopeful and we are very happy that we just closed our large fundraising. So probably in time, lucky to be called in that mode. And then what we need to do is that we need to build our product and services with a longer arc in mind. If we were expecting this year, like 2020, I had said this the year of lending, and I think this will be the year of lending in a different way now, because the companies which have been known to retail lending or corporate lending, both kind of companies will see a very different kind of challenge, and financial technology services company, fintech companies as we call them, who are focused on lending will also have to rejig their business portfolios. So overall, I'm very happy and hopeful that there is a bright side that we did not start our lending, that because this time the portfolio would have been royally rogered, and in a nice way, God has a bigger plan than you have a plan moment has happened. So I feel happy of my blessing, support, and I feel happy that this is an incredible time because we see only an upside coming forward. So there is nothing to feel bad about. There is only a huge upside going forward, clearly out there.
Before this interview, lockdown review, what are you currently watching since we're all working from home?
So one of the funniest things that has happened is that I, in a normal day, would have heard more music, would have heard or seen more content. But surprisingly, I don't know, I get up early morning, my calls start 8:30, 9 a.m. of India time, and I stick around on my laptop Zoom calls or phone calls, video calls, whatever you want to call it, till 11:30 or late. And I actually do not even, my music listening hours have disappeared so much that I am feeling bad about that. I thought this was an hour of relaxation, quote unquote, if you will. But this is an hour of overwork. So, very fondly, my friend Vishal Gondal keeps reminding me this is a different day, because I used to not even know that this is a Sunday. So I still remember that, it takes a lot for one to remember that I'm on a Wednesday and 2 days later there will be a weekend coming in. It has totally become. So if I wish I would have watched is a list that I know. But right now, I can tell you that I have not watched any Netflix, Prime, or any other television content. No, not even TV. Only thing I want to go back to and I go to is sort of a little comedy entertainments that keep coming in on television or in the WhatsApp forwards, where I look at it like a non-corona news. I'm overdone with corona news or COVID news. I wish that there is a little more content beyond that.
Okay, so non-corona news. Do you prefer work from home or work from office?
I 100% prefer work from office because there is a huge amount of energy bounce back that comes back there. In home, you're home alone, and with video, you are probably not even sure whether the communication is complete or not.
Any meal that you've cooked in the lockdown period?
Yeah. Cup noodles. I did buy cup noodles.
Just cup noodles that you could have done even in office.
Yeah. Cup noodle is a good meal, and I did a salad also, tomato, and I bought some cheese. So I said, let's make a kipri. So I made a salad and a cup noodle.
And your fitness regime during the times of lockdown?
Walk. Even though video calls are there, but I put the phone in my pocket and I keep walking in the house. And whenever there is a need to go out and buy some regular supplies, I'm the one who's doing it with a long detour run and walk. So I think the only thing I'm able to do because of a lot of calls and obligations, phone call. Okay, walk. I think I'm doing more than average number of steps right now. I think